Welcome to Swede News. My name is Noah Kirby. Today, we have a special segment on a very controversial topic, legalizing marijuana. Over the past week, we have been researching the issue and have found that marijuana is less potent than already legal substances, such as alcohol and cigarettes.
In the documentary Super High Me, patient Doug Benson, after consistently using marijuana, has studies conducted on him disproving the common misconceptions of marijuana side effects. Here's what those studies show.
Excellent. All right. You got 24 this time, and last time you got 27. So over 22 is still normal. You know, in terms of physical harm at this stage of the game, Zippo.
Studies from the Center for Disease Control, formerly known as the CDC, found that in 2005, around 17,000 people died in alcohol-related motor vehicle accidents, which accounts for 39% of all traffic-related deaths.
All other drugs, including marijuana, accounted for only 18% of all traffic-related deaths, but were most often mixed with alcohol. Moving right along to Travis Keppel in the field, as he reports on some of his findings on the comparison between marijuana and cigarettes.
Well, Cameron, there is hardly a comparison at all between cigarettes and marijuana, but hands down, marijuana is better for you. More than 400,000 people die every year in the U.S. due to cigarette smoking. On the other hand, with marijuana, there have been no recorded deaths. I repeat, no recorded deaths. Now back to you in the studio.
Marijuana has also become a growing phenomenon in the medical field. Dr. Lester Greenspoon, professor at the psychiatric ward at Harvard Medical School, has experience in this matter. He studied marijuana for over 2 years and was shocked to find that it is remarkably non-toxic. Here is Dr. Greenspoon in his accounts.
In 1967, my 10-year-old son was diagnosed with leukemia, and he had terrible nausea and vomiting. We found that when he smoked marijuana just 20 minutes before his chemotherapy session, that it completely eliminated his nausea and vomiting. Unfortunately, my son only lived another 1.5 years after that, but he did so with a vastly improved quality of life. There is now a growing body of evidence that marijuana is a medically valuable treatment. It appears that the medical dangers of marijuana have been vastly overstated, while the medical value grossly understated and ignored.
Now that was a heart-wrenching story. Luckily, members of California, Colorado, Hawaii, Oregon, and various other states are already able to medicate legally. It has been proven that marijuana helps to relieve the user from their symptoms such as asthma, ADD, Alzheimer's, diabetes, depression, HIV/AIDS, and cerebral palsy. Unfortunately, for those who don't live in these areas, they have to resort to the black market to get their medication.
Which brings us to our next story about Jacqueline Patterson, who suffers from cerebral palsy, leaving her with a horrible speech impediment.
I live in a state that has no medical marijuana protection. I was I'm born with cerebral palsy, which most noticeably manifests itself in a severe stutter. After about the third hit is when I began to feel the tension dissipate. it really helps my speech. I feel much calmer, much less rushed, and I feel like I can control the muscles that I couldn't control before I smoked.
As you can clearly see, marijuana has a significant effect on this patient, as it does with many other people. If alcohol and tobacco are both legal, more harmful, and have no medical benefits, then why not legalize marijuana? Just like alcohol, marijuana should be regulated, taxed, not served to minors, and you should be prevented from driving under the influence of the drug.
The legalization of marijuana would save this country billions every year, and in fact it would create revenue from taxes. Thank you for tuning in to Sweet News. I'm Cameron.
And I'm Noah.
Stay classy, El Camino!